everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XLR8, back at you with all of my card games. The show where we take a look at whatever deck we want to look at. We have ourselves a good old time playing it. Today we're taking a look at a more casual sort of deck, but one that's pretty fun to play. We're taking at Machina-Trains. We're combining rank 10 train action with some good old Machina field nuking. So we got ourselves a nice little deck here that combines the two, and I'm going to go over the deck list real quick, and then we'll get right into the dueling. So, for our main deck today, we are playing one of the Machina Ruin Force, 2 copies of Yugioh, 3 copies of Night Express Knight, 1 Machina Citadel, 3 Super Express Bullet Train, 3 copies of Heavy Freight Train Derrick Rain, 1 Machina Metal Cruncher, 2 copies of Gamma Seal, 2 copies Machina Air Raider, 2 copies of Machina Fortress, 1 Ruffian Railcar, 2 copies of the Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede. We have 3 copies of Lightning Storm, 1 Terraforming, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 copies Machina Redeployment, 2 copies of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, 1 Call by Grave, 2 Urgent Schedule, 3 copies of Revolving Switchyard, and 3 Impermanence. For our extra deck today, we're playing 1 Double-Headed Anger Knuckle, 1 Cleaford Genius, 1 Blackluster Soldier, the Soldier of Chaos, 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, 1 number 35, 2 copies of Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Maximum. We have 2 copies of number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora. We have a Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. We have number 84 Pain Gainer. 2 copies of the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libe. 1 number 77 Seven Sins. And a totally optional Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. Side deck is just additional things if you want to just mix things up. You know, Exodus for recovery, you know, Malefic Cyber End Dragon for an additional level 10, more spell trap removal, more draw power, more recovery, more numbers, etc. So that's the deck. Let's go ahead into good old Yugioh Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works, and we're gonna have ourselves a good time with it. Alrighty, our first opponent. You want to try and go second with trains? We're very much a beatdown sort of focus, so going second is usually, you know, what you want to do. There are occasionally hands you want to go first with, but it's not as often. So we're going to let our opponent, okay, there we go. We're going to go pick. We're going to go second, and we'll be good. So what do we have for an opening hand? Well, if I can draw into a Machine Boy, this'll be okay. Or a Machina would be fine. Either one. I do have Air Raider. We're up against Condolence Puppets, meaning Gimmick Puppets. And that shouldn't be too big a deal. I mean, Gimmick Puppets not exactly known for giant boards or anything. They can do stuff, but takes some setup, as you can clearly see. Alrighty, we've got our Stampede. This will work just fine. So, should I get rid of this? I do not trust you. I Lightning Storm you. We play Lightning Storm exclusively to get rid of back row and stuff like that. You know, it's also for removing monsters, but that's kind of what the Kaijus are in here for. So since we've summoned an Earth Machine monster, I can special summon Derrick Rain from my hand. It's very nice indeed. Very nice monster, Derrick Rain, but even better, Flying Pegasus. Probably could play this at 3, but I'm playing it at 2 just because. So what this card can do is, once per turn, I can target another machine of mine, and I can then make it so both of these will have the same level as one of the ones that I pick. You'll always want to pick the level 10s. And we're going to go for an OTK here. We're going to go for Gustav Max. Hacha. This guy has the effect, once per turn, I can attach material to inflict 2,000 damage. 2,000! That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and overlay, because Libe can be stacked on top of any rank 10 Machine Exceed monster. He is a big 4K beat stick that can make himself even bigger by detaching material. He becomes 6,000. He can also attack multiple times, but I don't need to do that. I only need to hit him once. So that's going to be a quick OTK. Again, it's against Gimmick Puppets, but you get a taste, a tiny taste of what the deck is about. So let's go ahead for duel number 2, try to find a slightly stronger opponent, and see what we get up. Alrighty, second opponent, let's go and do it again. But this time my opponent gets to pick. Usually that means they'll go first, and that's what we want them to do. This opening hand will work just fine. Normally, I don't like to see the D heroes, but I do have a field nuke. I have a kaiju in the hand already. Plus, I've got my field spell. This lets me search out level 10 monsters. Got Crane. I've got Metal Cruncher, which can be used to search out, you know, your machines. Like, you can search out Crane or your Bullet Train with this thing. But I'm not going to need that. Not today. Real quick, before I forget, guys. Want to let you know, gonna be doing another one of my live streams tomorrow, which is gonna be the 7th of August. Gonna do that around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Might start a little early, depends how it goes. So if you want to watch me duel random people, then show on by if you want. If you got the time. If you don't want, you know, no pressure, no nothing. I always like to, you know, format my live stream so that, like, you can just watch them whenever. It's kind of what I like to do. I'm just letting you know that's what we're going to be doing, live streaming. Don't know what deck I'm playing yet, though. I always like to pick the deck, like, you know, later. And, like, I never tell people what I'm dueling with, because then you'll make your decks to beat mine up. So, it's a secret. It's always a secret. So, this guy is going to be going. He's going to be going a while, you know, heroes. They do their combos. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit until my opponent's done with combo. We'll see what we hit him with. I'm pretty sure we can take him out with this hand. If not completely destroy him, then pretty damn close. So I'll be back as soon as this guy is done. Oh, I think he's done. Okay, finally finished. What are we up against? Escuridao, Sunrise, and Plasma, I see. Immediately interrupted Kaiju Slumber. I play this exclusively to get rid of troublesome monster boards like this one. Just like, no. No monsters, thank you. I'm 99% sure this is Heroes. One of these is Mass Change. They always play the Mass Change. Alright, so I'm going to give myself Yugioh. He is a level 10. And we should be good. I'll make him think we're playing Crusaders. We'll make him think it's Crusaders, but it's not Crusaders. If you play Crusaders, this is the formation you want your Kaijus in. So now we've got our revolving switch yard. Once per turn, I can discard a card like Ruin Force. You want this guy in the graveyard. He's great discard fodder. He lets you search out your level 10 trains. Let's see here. Yeah, Night Express Knight. I can normal summon this dude without a tribute, but his attack will become Zippo. Luckily, I don't need him to have attack points. Alright, he's got something. He does have something. I mean, these are trap cards. These are probably like solemns or something. Some kind of solemn or something, if I do declare. Or maybe not. I don't know. He's got something. I'm very curious as to exactly what sort of something it is. Alright, well, regardless, I'm going to pretty much go... Ooh, I could make that. See, Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Blower dude, he's a spell speed 4 blow up spell traps. Your opponent can't respond. Well, he can't respond with his spell traps when I try to destroy him. And that's very tempting. It's very tempting. Oh, but my opponent okay, that's fine. My opponent surrenders. I mean, he is playing heroes. I wiped his board. Pretty much, I could have just gone, Gustav Max, burned, popped with Crane, and then go for 6,000. It's a foregone conclusion. This guy was not going to be happy, with me nuking his board. So there's another quick duel. We're getting through these rather quickly, so I might do bonus. I'll probably definitely do bonus duels. So let's go for duel numero 3. Try to find the better back and forth. I am OTKing. That's what I want to do. But I also like some back and forth. And also, let's see some more Machina action. So far, all the trains are coming out. Alrighty, third opponent. Let's just have ourselves a nice one. I'd like a little bit more back and forth and stuff. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, this deck hits hard. Okay, so we're going to go first. Like I said, not necessarily the best thing in the world, but with this hand, I can make that work. So we're going to go ahead and summon out our Flying Regasus. Scooby-Doo. Alright. Let's go for Crane in our Flying Railroad Stampede. What is this? Opponent normal special summons a monster. This card controller cannot exceed unless they use this card's material. Oh boy. That is the opposite of good. Luckily, that doesn't stop me from link summoning. But yeah, Contact to Sea. An annoying card for sure. Luckily, I play Lackluster Soldier just for annoying junk like this. Because, I use 3 monsters. They use level 7 or higher, which most of our monsters are. We get ourselves some protection. So, while I was hoping to drop Dora, which can make itself immune to everything for a turn, and also Daracrane gets detached and I can pop stuff, this is at least something. What is this? Beetroper Sting Lancer. Target insect in the grave, monster in your opponent's graveyard. Summon this card from the hand. Place the target monster at the bottom of the deck. So this card's normal special summon to add a Beetroper. Okay. Fascinating. Beetroopers. I don't know much about Beetroopers, other than the fact that they are bees. They are some sort of insect archetype. This dude does have a very interesting summoning condition. Giving your opponent back stuff, not great, but also not bad either if you think about it. Because it's like, if your opponent has something they want, like if I had Ruin Force in the grave, putting that on the bottom of my deck is actually rather hurtful. So, interesting, I guess. And then he got a trap card of some variety. What does this do? Let me guess, this is the thing that negates everything. When your opponent activates a monster effect, will control Beetroper, negate, destroy, end phase, in the graveyard. You have an insect, 3,000 more attack, banish insect, set this card. Okay. So this is a monster effect negator. And, okay, oh wait, it was my turn. I didn't realize it was still my turn. Okay, let our opponent go. I was just reading stuff. I wanted to know exactly what this archetype do. I still don't really know, but I know that they have a monster effect negator if he has a B. He does have to have a B, correct? Yes. Alrighty, so now he has a Butterfly of Death. What does this do? If an insect is summoned, you can summon this card from the hand. When a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, tribute a bug and destroy it. Interesting. Cannot special summon except for insects. You don't use this effect on a turn. Meaning at this effect, normal summon an insect. This card is in your grave. Banish 2 other insects. Summon this card. Okay. And then this is... Oh, I know this one I've seen. This lets him summon another one. Okay, so Beetroopers are Link focus. Interesting indeed. But does he have anything that can get over Blackluster Soldier? I have no idea. I mean, I presume, considering the requirements on this thing, they must. Cicada King. Okay. Cicada King. Interesting. So this lets him... Yeah, this requires him to target, and this can't be targeted, so this doesn't worry me in any way. If this can be targeted, this will be a problem, because this can negate stuff, but it does not, it is a targeted thing. Alrighty, what on earth is this guy up to? It's an interesting something. I mean, any insect archetype's interesting, to me at least, because, like, they always have these, crazy play styles and stuff. Okay, there's Happy. Why did you make Cicada King? What was the point of Cicada King? You would have had, you could have had one additional counter on this thing. Summon insect from grave. Okay. I don't understand what he's trying to do. I legit have no idea what's going on right now. Maybe he needs multiple Link monsters to, like, make his thing. I have no idea. Because he could make a Link 4 at some point? Maybe? As Tekapede? He's trying to do something. That's all I can tell you, folks. I am legit confused as to what his game plan is. Like, maybe this Super B guy can't be destroyed in battle, and that's his plan? I don't know. I just don't know. Beetroopers, they're new. I don't do new decks. I tend to let them sit for a bit until I figure out exactly what they can do. I don't know what these do. I can't even tell from the artwork what this is supposed to be. It's called Armored Horn. I can bear. Oh wait, it's like a guy riding a beetle. Okay, so there's the boss monster. This must be the boss monster. This thing 7-3,000 less attack. Opponent can target this card with card fake. Cannot be destroyed by. Ooh, that's annoying. Cannot special summon. Activate one of these effects. But now your monster's dead. Your monster's very dead. Cannot special summon except for insect. Contribute insect. Summon a Beetroper. This card can 2,000 attack. Okay, so this certainly doesn't do much. Is what I'm getting from all this. Is that it really doesn't do much other than being a big beater that has some protection. Which, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not like great. Let me think about this. Okay, I don't have a level turn Earth monster. I could. Let's see. Let me think about this. Yeah, you know, I could hit him with Derek or with my Ruffian rail car, but I think I'll be okay. Okay, that's fine. We'll just end our turn for now. And then Ruffian rail car will get me a monster regardless, and then next turn I can start hitting him with stuff. Let's go ahead and hit up our Night Express Knight. You always want to get Night Express Knight. He's very important. You know, he's your normal summonable monster. You summon Derek Crane and Bullet Train with him. It's pretty nice. Okay, so you have one card. I already know what this is. This does nothing. This does nothing. You need to have like a B on the board. Unless you have a B on the board, this does nothing. So until you have a B on the board, it does nothing. I do believe he can. Oh no, he banished the other guy. So none of these do anything. We'll see. Okay, he does have a bug. Special summon this card from the hand. Can special summon for the next step. This card can make a second attack during each battle. Okay. So he's got 2,000 points of damage on the board. But this is not a B. This is not a B. This is part of the battle wasp art. This is a wasp, not a B. That's all I need to know. Okay. I'm good. I am all good in the hood. This guy's gonna take, like, so much damage. I pretty much can OTK. Ooh, hey, Bullet Liner. Sweet. Alright, let's ditch Lightning Storm. I don't need it anymore. We'll grab ourselves a Derek Crane. And I should be able to OTK this guy right here. Because it's like, yeah. He's got a bug, but I can just, like, squish the bug. It's kind of what I can do. And I could, you know, I'll summon Bullet Liner just because I can. You know, this is just additional Xyz material, who's, what's where. But I don't need it for that. Let's just go ahead and do our usual You know, I got the Machinas. They're in this deck. They're just being difficult. It's always a thing with me. Like, I combine different stuff. Someone wants to be a prima donna. They're in here. I promise. You saw Ruin. He's in there. You know, Fortress is in here. Citadel is in here. Everybody's in here. Alright, so that's going to be game right there. An interesting deck to be sure, but not enough payoff. Not enough payoff, at least with what we saw. So, there's a duel against Beetroopers. Let's go ahead for another duel, because I think we got time for at least one more, maybe two. We'll see how it goes. And we'll see if the Machinas will grace us with their almighty presence. Alrighty, fourth opponent of the day. Can we get a Machina play? That's what I want to see here. No. Trains are just like... I mean, I will admit this deck is still mostly train. But at the same time, I really wanted to summon some Machina stuff. If I can at least draw Ruin, then I'll be happy. That way I can at least show that off. At least that will be something. So we're up against ice barriers. A few years ago, this would have been a joke, but not anymore. Ice barriers can actually do some crazy stuff nowadays. They can do some stuff and some things, depending on what exactly he's trying to do. Fishborg, Launcher, you can summon this thing from the grave. Anemone will bring back one of his monsters. Yeah, he just does some loopy combos. That's ice barriers nowadays. Bring back Halky Fiber Axe. Use those two to make a Link 4 of some variety. Good old Bubble Reef. During the standby phase, banish a water monster from the grave. Draw one card. Every time a monster is banished face up, gain 600 attack for each till the end of the turn. Ditch water monster from hand to grave. Summon a banished Marincess. Okay. Interesting. I don't know exactly what the plan with this is, other than drawing cards. But that is something. You gotta admit, that is technically something. Alrighty. Urgent schedule. See, this is a nice card when my opponent has more monsters. I'm thinking here. Let me think. Because if I made Cleefort Genius, I could get more stuff, but that wouldn't really help me in any meaningful way. Like Cleefort Genius, when you summon, monsters to it with to the zones with urgent schedule, is pretty nice. Lets you search out more monsters. I just don't need to do that at the moment. I mean, come on, with this hand, do I really need anything else? I suppose it all depends on what these set cards are. That's the big question. Alright. I'm gonna actually grab my Citadel so I can at least finally have that guy in my hand. If anything else. Okay, so let's go ahead and activate Urgent Schedule. I can only attack with machines this turn, but I can summon 2 monsters from my deck with different levels. Salamor. Okay, that's actually good. That's actually good. That means he can't stop my other summons. And I am okay with this. The only thing I'm not so okay with is the fact that he has a monster in defense mode. So I can't just, punch it into face. Let's see. We have a 2,000 point difference, so... Still not time for Ravenous Tarantula. Not quite. I'm sure at some point I'll go for Ravenous Tarantula, but not yet. Or at least I always like to go for Tarantula. He's a cool dude. Fiendish Chain. Okay. I mean, I can still use this effect. It won't burn you, but Derek Crane still goes off, so I can just pop. Does it matter? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to re-overlay anyway. Go for Libe. Go for Libe. That way he will be nice and big. Now let's go ahead and beat over the Fishborg. That way that'll get banished. Probably could have, popped Fishborg and done some damage, but it don't matter too much. And let's see here. Yeah, we're good. We're good for now. We'll let our opponent go. What's the worst he can do with 3 cards? Come on. It's Ice Barriers. Moulin Glacier. Hey, that's fine. Citadel's in the grave. That's what I wanted him to do. The fool. The minute he destroys my Dreadnought Supergun, he's gonna be in some bad times. What is this? General Wayne of the Ice Barrier. That adds him an Ice Barrier Spell Trap, which is going to be the Chains, I believe. Probably the Chains, because that lets him, revive stuff. Oh, yeah. And what is this? This is a 3 or more Ice Barrier monsters. Ice Barriers unaffected by things from the extra deck. This is not an Ice Barrier, though. So I'm good. Alright, so he's got Revealer, he's got Defender, he's got Wayne. He can make a level 7 or an 8 Synchro. Or he can link all these away for a big link 4. A lot of things he can do. What will stop Railgun plus Citadel, however? That's the big question. Gungnir. You fool. You made the wrong decision. You may be able to pop Libe, but can you stop the all-powerful power of my Machina Citadel? Because I don't think you can. Oh, and because I summoned a monster, I can, summon another machine. That's a nice thing you can do. I can summon another monster. So I'll nuke his board. And I am going to... Let's see, my effect's negated. No, it's not. We'll summon back our Railroad Stampede, who will then summon a monster from the grave like our Machina-Citadel. So there you go. And these effects are negated, but who cares? My opponent has nothing. He can't even battle phase. And my opponent surrenders, as expected, because next turn I could have made Libe again and then just run him over, as trains do. So there's a nice duel against ice barriers. He was doing some nice stuff. But the fact that he, got rid of my Citadel for me was the thing that killed him. So there you go. Make sure you know what's in your opponent's hand. So that's 4 duels. I'm gonna take a quick break. I might do a 5th duel. If not, I'll go for the end screen. But for now, let's. I'm gonna go do a thing. Then I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, so I've decided, you know what, I think we've got enough duels for today, It's a pretty simple deck, good old trains, and Machinas, they make it a little bit better. I know they didn't show up as much as I would have liked them to do, but, sometimes that happens. I was really hoping to summon Ruin Force, but he's really just there to do more damage. He's not necessary for the place, but, Citadel showed up, he helped beat up ice barriers, so I'm gonna call this success. Trains, Machinas, A-okay. So I hope you guys very much enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you did enjoy it to let me know that you did enjoy it. Next time on the show, I got my new notepad here to show me what I've got to duel with. Let's see, I've got a goat control deck I gotta make. Got chain burn, some watts, things like that are coming up. So look forward to that. And your boy Memphis is gonna be setting himself out to go make them decks. And I'll see you guys later. So take care, and I'll see you next time.